This is TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast, and the State of the Saints podcast is brought to you by Manscaped.com. Over 2 million men worldwide choose Manscaped for all their below-the-waist needs. For those that love the Lawnmower 3.0, well, I got news for you. The Manscaped engineering team has confirmed that they have successfully created the Lawnmower 4.0. The Lawnmower 4.0 gives you the ability to turn the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. The new trimmer even allows you to customize your trim all through additional guards lengths, sizes 1 through 4. And looks-wise, it's sleek with a two-tone matte and gloss finish, even features a hot foil stamp, black chrome Manscaped logo. Show your mower off loud and proud. Go to manscaped.com, use the promo code State of Saints, and you will save 20% off of the Lawnmower 4.0 as well as other Manscaped items. That's manscaped.com. Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. Thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. Thank you so much. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. Thank you for everybody listening everywhere, whether you're listening to this live or you're listening to it at a later time. Before I get started, just want to let everybody know, as you all know, a couple of days ago, I was talking about my son Paxton, who, tested positive for COVID. And now, as of today, I tested positive for COVID. All right, so your boy right now dealing with that, as well as and the rest of my family, man, is going around the crib. But everybody's in good spirits, man. Everybody doing good. I have, a little few symptoms here and there, but it's not anything bad. So I apologize to everybody if I'm not my energetic self on this episode. But I did want to talk a little bit about some of the things that's going on in Saints camp, and also talk a little bit about some of the things that are not going on that may affect the New Orleans Saints. Some people may not think so. But I want to say appreciate this, and we're going to be talking about Tyrann Mathieu. Tyrann Mathieu returning back to Saints camp. He's been out dealing with personal issues, and now he has come back. He seems like he's in good spirits. And all reports are saying that he looked really, really good. I never was surprised by, or shocked at the fact of Tyrann Mathieu returning to the Saints. It was a lot of people out there, you know who you are, that were just making this bigger than what it actually was. The man had family issues, and I know this may be a shock to a lot of people out there, but these guys are human beings. They got families just like you and me. They have responsibilities just like you and me. And, sometimes, life can get the best of us, just like everybody here. I know people were talking about him taking down his social media account and all that kind of stuff there, but I didn't buy into any of that stuff. And, I just don't understand people sometimes. I mean, I don't understand. Like, we just feel like the people are just obligated to give us and say things to us, give us information. Like, who are we really? Like, seriously, who are we to, want a person to just give us this information about a person's personal life? I mean, what would you gain from this? I mean, knowing what's going on with the guy so you can post it on social media and talk about how bad you feel for the dude. Like, maybe this not the direction that the guy wanted to go in. But I just feel like some people need to be ashamed of themselves, man, for not allowing themselves to wait until everything comes out. This is what's wrong with society, in my opinion. We do not wait for all the facts to come out. And we are so impatient that we allow ourselves to create narratives because we don't know the truth. Like, we are so frustrated and so angry that they don't know the truth. You know what I'm saying? We don't know the truth about what's going on. Like we're entitled to do that. The man had a personal issue, and I'm glad it looks like he's dealt with it or is dealing with it. And now that he's back, now we can stop with the nonsense on social media. Now people can stop emailing me asking me what's going on with Tyrann Mathieu, because the fact of the matter is the guy was just living life just like you and me and dealing with life just like you and me. But what he will bring to the table, of course, is his instincts. I mean, his ability to go out there and, be able to dissect plays and be able to use his instinct to make those plays. And, now they can get that starting rotation, get that chemistry going. Him working alongside Marcus May and Lattimore and Adebo, they can get things together and be on the same page, and they can go out there and be effective. But we all know how talented this guy is. It's not like this is his first rodeo. He knows the defense that the Saints is running, and we know that he's going to do a good job as long as he's able to do so. So I'm happy that he's back, and I'm definitely happy now that some of these people can just stop asking these questions and just continue to go on with their lives, right? Because it just didn't make any sense to me at all. All right, but that's the way I feel about it. But let me go ahead and read some of your comments. Says, y'all, Quan Baker suspended for 6 games for substance abuse. Yeah, I heard about that. I mean, it's unfortunate for him, especially for a guy trying to make the team at a position that is going to be really hard to do it. TJ, you have to talk to Deshaun Watson. I mean, what can I say about Deshaun Watson that hasn't already been said? The NFL is trying to appeal his 6-game suspension. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, they're going to do what's best for the league. I'm pretty sure his representation is going to try to do what's best for him, and they're going to try to come up with a conclusion. It's not a good look. The NFL looks out for itself. They try to make sure that they don't have any type of negativity out there, and they try to scrub it if it is any type of negativity. I knew from the beginning that no matter what the suspension was going to be for Deshaun Watson, we know that people weren't going to be satisfied. So the NFL probably getting pressure from social media and public opinion decided to appeal it. I think that they just put this little 6-game suspension, little bait out there to see what people were going to think about it. And then when the outcry happened, they were like, man, we got to do something else. So that's why they're trying to do this. I mean, that's all I got to pretty much say about it. Jamaica, how you doing? Appreciate you for being here. Big Thomas says, get well soon, my brother. Appreciate it, man. Greg says, who that? Says, get well, TJ. I say, man, I'm doing fine. I'm not bad, man. I having like just a occasional cough and stuff like that, man. But I ain't really just down and out or anything like that. So, but I mean, I don't want people to be like, man, what happened on this show? I'm sorry if I'm not my energetic self, man, but did want to talk about this and see what you all had to say about the whole Tyrann Mathieu situation. Says, hope you guys get to feeling better soon, man. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Me, my wife, and my son, sick, and next week is our second year wedding anniversary and my birthday. Yeah, so it's crazy, man. We were actually supposed to go out of town this weekend. Of course, we had to scratch those plans because of everything going on. But it just sucks in that regard. Gotta have possibly having COVID on your birthday and then on your wedding anniversary. It's not a good it's not a good thing. Sorry to hear about that, bro. I hope you all get better. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. I'm gonna throw it down a little bit. I appreciate y'all for the well wishes, man. I really do. What up, TJ and everyone in the chat? Ryan, appreciate you for being here. Some fans act like co-owners of the team. Yeah, I don't get that. Like, I don't get why people get it. Like, they get mad like when like a coach or a player get in front of the podium and they get asked a question and they don't really just expound on it. Like we get mad, like why they ain't expound on it, man? Something else must be going on. It must be going on. Like maybe it's not, or here's something else. Maybe they just don't want to tell you. Like who are we? Like I said, man, when information is put out there, they give us information that we can create content like this, and of course be able to have commentary on social media. But I mean, they don't owe us anything. Only thing I don't even want to say they owe, like as fans, we feel like they owe us wins, of course. You know what I'm saying? We feel like we pay our hard-earned money. We want to see them be successful, but all this stuff behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff, man, they don't owe us anything. They don't. And I just don't understand why people get mad because these guys don't go out here and share and act like they sitting on Wendell Williams' couch or something. I don't understand that. Trevor Penning is the white Charles Oakley, and I love it. The bad side of social media, sadly, everyone is in everyone's business. Yep. Who that just getting off? How's it going? Ryan giving a shout out to the following people. Ryan, thank you for being here, man. Said it's sad that people think that everything is for the public. He deserves his privacy. That's all I'm saying, man. Like, why? What would we gain if they would have just came out there and said somebody in his family was sick? Or I mean, none of these things are happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure, but what are we to gain for that? Why? So we can be on social media and act like we just so sympathetic to get likes and views. Like that's all what it come down to, man. When these information, all this stuff and these information come out, we want to sound like so prophetic with it. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to go online and act like we so sympathetic about the situation so people can gravitate to our pages. I mean, I think when stuff like that happens and people just get all upset to extreme, like, man, we entitled to know. I just wonder, like, what's it to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna do with this information? What are you trying to achieve? I mean, think about this. Like, would you want somebody in your business? Let's just say, for example, you can't pay your bills this month. You know what I'm saying? Everybody came out there and be like, according to sources, Dale couldn't pay his light bill this month. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, how would that make you feel? According to sources, Tyler couldn't get his phone. He couldn't pay his phone bill this month. Like, how would that make you feel? Like like people have personal lives. And I think that sometimes we need to look at our own life and think about, will we want people to know certain things about us? Seriously. But of course, some of us don't think that way. It's the soft-tempered defensive linemen the Saints can't handle the alpha male aggressive mentality to play to the whistle, cannot handle or match the intensity. Then they need to get on. And you know what? Look, I think Trevor Penning, I mean, of course, we know that he was kicked out of camp today after a fight with Malcolm Roach. If you're actually watching this on a Wednesday evening, look, I like Trevor Penning. I see people up there talking about, man, he gonna get flags. Man, this dude needs to control himself. Man, this dude, I don't know what the Saints gonna do with him. Man, for years we've been looking for aggressive players on the offensive line, guys that have aggressiveness, that can go out there and that can impose their will. Now all of a sudden the Saints actually draft one, and now it's a problem. So I guess everybody should be like Andrews Pete, or be like Cesar Ruiz, or you know what I'm saying, like some of these other soft cottonelle tissue type offensive linemen. Well, at least the way they've been playing, we need to have that, right? I mean, it's like damn if you do, damn if you don't. I don't understand it. Like this is exactly what a lot of people have been asking for. Like this is what a lot of members of the Who Dat Nation were asking for when it comes to the offensive line. When they talked about the offensive line being soft. Now you have a guy that's not soft. And I'd rather have a guy that I have to tell him to tone it down a little bit than to tell him to tone it up a little bit, right? So this dude comes in here with this type of aggression. You know that the coaches are going to kind of, get him to a level where he can have that aggression, but at the same time have it contained, right? So I don't understand what the problem is with people. Like this is exactly what I want in an offensive lineman. I'm sorry, this is exactly what I want. I want a guy that has like a mean streak. because it's going to translate on the field. What are your expectations, TJ, on the up and coming NFL season for the New Orleans Saints, in your honest opinion? Well, I think that they're going to be successful as long as everybody, for the most part, stays healthy. It is sad that people just make stuff up. Yeah, that's just what they do, man. They create narratives. I think people create narratives because they're mad that they don't know the truth. That's just what all comes down to. They don't know the truth, and they create these narratives in order for them to feel like they know something. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like, I always say, like in them small towns, right? And somebody that kind of comes through, and let's just say the person kind of stays to themselves. They don't never talk. I wonder why they don't never talk. Well, I heard that, he did this. I heard that she did this, and never like heard anybody say anything or talk to anybody or nothing. But they just start creating things, right? They start creating these narratives about people when they don't know them. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, you have a whole bunch of people that may believe one particular thing and it don't even be true. It's sad, man, but that's just how it is. Let's just mind who that business. Watson is a Browns problem. Ryan said, "What's good? The Deshaun Watson case irks me. People want to punish this man, even though majority of the women were proving that they had lied." Look, we know the world that we live in today. I don't even have to go through this. We all know what it's all about. It's about the court of law and the court of public opinion. And sometimes the court of public opinion beats out the verdict of the court of law. I don't know how to fix this situation. I really don't. All I know is if the dude is innocent, he went to court and they threw out, you know what I'm saying? They found him not guilty. You know what I'm saying? They found him not guilty on all those counts. So I think that people need to take that particular thing into account. But here's the thing. When we start talking about, women and stuff like that, they the ones that have been victims of this type of stuff, I guess it kind of triggers them, makes them go back to those particular points. And like I said, all of these things that's been going on with sexual assault over the last couple of years, it's just not a good look. And the NFL having this right at their doorstep, and it involves one of their best players, it's not a good thing. I don't know what they can do. I really don't. I just know the NFL is going to look out for the NFL. That's just all there is to it. Like, they're going to look out for the NFL no matter what we think. What matters is what the NFL feels, will help their bottom line. So, some fans believe that their purchase of a ticket entitles them to unlimited access to an athlete's life. Well, it doesn't. Says, I hope the media doesn't hound on Tyrann asking about why he needed a break. We all need to hold up everything and focus on spending time with loved ones if you can't afford to take a break. Yep. I agree. I definitely agree with that. I hope they just leave it alone too, man. But of course, we know they're gonna ask the questions. Yes, he definitely should be suspended the entire year. You were on the Deshaun Payton to Miami long before anybody was talking about it. Can you circle back to it for a second? Yeah, man. Look, man, I put it like this, man. Yes, I did know. I knew that Sean Payton was leaving the New Orleans Saints probably like a week and a half before he actually decided to do it. I had a source, a good friend, what I'm saying, that's around the NFL, like gave me information and told me, in confidence, like, man, don't say anything, but it's gonna happen. And I was like, are you kidding? And I was like, no. He's like, I'm serious. And sure enough, what I'm saying? Like, it happened the way that it did. And, I asked the source, I said, do you know a team? And he said, yes. It's like, well, which team? And the source said the Dolphins, right? So, yeah, I knew about it, man. I knew about it. At first, I didn't want to believe it, but I was like, why would this person lie about this. So yeah, man. I mean, I knew it happened. And, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to beat on my chest or anything like that. But yeah, I knew it was coming. And what happened was the whole situation with Brian Flores. Stephen Ross had like this concocted this plan uh, that was supposed to get Sean Payton um, to to the Dolphins, right, and also have included Tom Brady. But of course, the Brian Flores situation, him suing the National Football League, um, and suing, you know what I'm saying, and talking about how they kind of concocted and blackballed him out of, out of a job. Sean Payton didn't want to have anything to do with that, and especially since he did an interview on uh the show with Jim Trotter and Steve Weish, and he was talking about how the NFL is kind of they practices towards minorities uh, isn't right. So how would that make him look? Like you speaking up and talking about how minorities need to get opportunities and stuff, and then all of a sudden, you take a job from a minority, a minority which a lot of people felt should still had a job if you looked at based on like his wins and losses, and also some of these other coaches who have gotten other chances when a team has sucked their first year as a coach. So but yeah, it definitely was going to happen. If Brian Flores would have just left and nothing would have came of it, Sean Payton would have been a coach of the Dolphins. Yeah, he would have been a coach of the Miami Dolphins today. So yes, that is true, and that was the plan. I don't know what this whole thing about, the New Orleans Saints denying that they denied the Miami Dolphins from speaking to Sean Payton. I don't know about all that. I don't know if that's just a way of them covering their own tail, or like they like, okay, man, if they ask us, did you ask us to talk to Sean? I'm gonna say no. I don't know, but yes, he was going to go to the Miami Dolphins. That boy need PEDs to make the practice squad. Lord, oh man. Hey man, he was having a good camp though. From everything I heard, he's having a pretty good camp. Some fans believe that their purchase already read that, but yeah, I hope the media doesn't hound. I think I strode up a little bit too far. Prayers, you and your family feels better soon, TJ. Thank you. I appreciate that. And this is going to be a long show, man. I apologize, folks, but I am starting to feel a little bad here. Hey, Linda, Taysom had his rib injury, may have been hit when someone was trying to punch the ball out of his hand. Yeah, it could have, man. It's unfortunate, but pretty sure he'll be back. He'll be back, but just gives opportunity to other tight ends to go out there and play. So, greetings from the ATL. Hope you and your family test negative soon. Well, Lisa, I appreciate that, man. Lisa, shouts out to Lisa. Shouts out to everybody that's giving these well wishes, man. I appreciate that. Let's see. They speaking highly about Paulson Adebo in minicamp. I'm excited to see that boy progressing. Well, I think you can kind of see like how he evolved towards the end of the season. Like the last 3 games probably was like his best games. And I wrote an article about this on a Who Dat Dish, and I encourage everybody to check it out. It's out right now. It's about I feel the New Orleans Saints have found their number 2 cornerback, something they've been looking for a long time, since way before 2017. Yeah, but yeah, he definitely has come on, and he's done a really good job. So hopefully this he can continue, and I think he'll have a good season. Proof that Miami did wrong, slap on the wrist, when all they had about Bull Dookie Bountygate was just that Bull Dookie. Well, I mean, they did find him $1.5 million, which is basically like pennies compared to like, I mean, it is pennies, you know what I'm saying, based on what these owners have. And they got their next year's first round pick taken and the year after that. So, I mean, they did get a little hefty little fine there. I'm not gonna lie about that. But I mean, who are you going to suspend? I mean, you can't suspend Mike McDaniel. I mean, he have nothing to do with it. Like, what can you do with that? You know, maybe if like a coach was there, or somebody, you know what I'm saying, that was related to the issue, they can probably do something even more. But what more can you do from there? Bobby Bear actually gave Jameis props today. He said Jameis hits the deep ball, but Andy Dalton hasn't hit one yet since he's been here. Yeah, I heard that, Ryan. I really like. I don't know, man. I just don't understand. Like, I like Bobby Bear. I respect him. Um, yeah, I mean, everybody. I mean, he's been on the show. I just don't understand, like, why we taking this to heart, man. Like, I mean, Bobby Bear, he's on the radio. He gives his opinion, and but at the same time, like, so what? Like, if he feels that way, if he feels that Andy Dalton has a certain skill set better than Jameis, so what? Like, that's still not going to make Jameis not start for the New Orleans Saints. It's not going to, like, it's not like Dennis Allen or the coaching staff going to be like, "Ooh, man, you heard what Bobby said about Andy Dalton? Man, we're going to let Andy start over Jameis." Nah, man, like, that's his opinion. I mean, honestly, like, who cares? Like, seriously, who cares? Like, you can talk about what a person possess all you want to. You can say all these things, but it's up to his coaching staff who they feel is doing what. And right now, Jameis is the starting quarterback. And regardless, like, look, this team is really good defensively. So I can't really judge these guys based on what the defense is actually doing. All I know is when the offense does break through, this, bruh, that offense is going to be damn good because that is such a huge luxury to have. If your offense trying to figure it out and you have like an elite lights out defense and you're going up against those guys every single day, and then all of a sudden, like, the light comes on and you're able to kind of do some things versus that defense, you're not going to see a better defense than you do on your own team. Imagine what this offense can be. Seriously, imagine what this offense can be if they're going up against that every single day. So, man, like I said, I like Bobby. I respect Bobby. Man, he's a really good person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I interact with him quite a bit. But I mean, he's just a guy with an opinion. He's played the game. You know what I'm saying? We know, but at this stage, I mean, he gets on there, he's giving his opinion about what he thinks. Just like I'm sitting up here giving you my opinion about what I think. I don't think we should just take that to heart, because it's not going to affect the way that New Orleans Saints coaches decide who's going to start and who not. Us not signing Quan Alexander is a big tell that we probably won't sign C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I don't understand why. I don't understand why, Trey. I don't get it. Like, I like Quan Alexander, but towards the end of the season, P. Warner was better than him. Seriously, go back and watch the tape. I know we like Quan Alexander, and a lot of us, let's just be serious, man. A lot of us fall in love with the bravado. It's not even so much about the play. It's about the bravado. It's about guys folding their arms, looking all serious and stuff, dancing on the sidelines, shaking their head, and all this kind of stuff there. Like, that's supposed to translate to actually good football play. Quan Alexander is a good linebacker, but towards the end of the season, if you look at it, Pete Warner was better than him. And there was a reason why Pete Warner was getting more snaps than Quan Alexander. And not to mention, the dude always was hurt. The first 5 games of the season, he didn't even play. He came back after 5 games after a shoulder injury. The year when the Saints signed him, he tore his Achilles. Like, and then on top of it, like I said, the other guy comes in that you draft in the second round, and Pete Warner comes in, plays better than him. And now all of a sudden, like, everybody like, man, we need to sign Quan. Why Quan? Like, why are we so hell-bent on signing Quan? Seriously, I like him. But there was nothing about Quan Alexander's play that I just feel like it would just be something that just totally missing from the Saints. Besides his energy and his enthusiasm. Him on the sidelines, him in the middle of the huddle with the plastic cups. Like, man, look, all that aside, bump all that, man. I understand why the Saints decided to move on. If you have a guy who is younger, who is more instinctive, that's, only getting better and better, why would you go out here and sign a guy, when you actually have a guy with his same skill set and only has the ability in a trajectory to be even better than Kwon Alexander. I don't get it. Like I like Kwon. I'm glad that he found a new home with the Jets, but dude wasn't the is-all and the be-all of the New Orleans Saints. And I don't feel like the defense is going to take a step back because he ain't there. Seriously. Ivan, thank you very much for the $3. Appreciate that, man. Let's see. Kwon Alexander had a chance to sign with the Saints, but he chose the Jets, so I'm not mad no more. He wanted to be out. Let him go. No, that's not true. No, that is not true. The Saints did not at that particular time did not have interest in Kwon Alexander. He did not. He visited the Jets a couple of months back. They walked away with no contract. And of course, you know what I'm saying, a few months later, you know, they decided to call him on back. I think after like they had an injury, they decided to bring Kwon in. But the Saints at that particular time, no, they did not. They did not have any interest in bringing back Kwon Alexander at all. This offense has the potential to be the most explosive in the league. Yeah, I agree. You know, especially going up against a really good defense. Trevor Penning is a big boy in the trenches. Yeah. He has some work to do, man. But when it does all come together, I think he's going to be a really solid left tackle. Payton would have been Dolphins head coach, and Tom Brady would have been the quarterback. Yeah, and good for them because we would have got a really good draft pick. Would have got a really good draft pick because of it. TJ was having the question: why is it that analytics and the eye test often contradict one another? I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, because you know, sometimes I put it like this. A guy can be really good, but we won't give them credit based on it. Like, for example, like we look at Andrews Pete like he just stinks, like he just awful, god awful. But analytically, you know what I'm saying? Like he's like among some of the best at his position in the entire NFL. Like it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? But we look at, you know, most positions that we pay attention to, we mostly look at the mistakes. At the cornerback position, we mostly look at the mistakes. At the offensive line, we mostly look at the mistakes. Even in quarterbacks in certain situations, we just look at the mistakes. So we kind of program ourselves for the most part to look at people's transgressions. And big, you know, but at the end of the day, it's not as bad as it seems. That's just kind of like how we, you know, how we program, right? You know what I'm saying? Unless we like going up against another team or something like that, then we might defend the guy. Then we might use some analytics, you know, because we need to validate our points, right? So we feel like we can talk about them, but ain't nobody else gonna talk about them. But I just think that for the most part, when we evaluate football, we only kind of pay attention to guys' transgressions. So that's one of the main reasons why the eye test that we given is, you know, guys making mistakes, slipping on the ground, missing, you know what I'm saying, allowing defensive ends, defensive tackles to run free straight to the quarterback, you know. So I think that's probably what it is. So basically, Tom Brady was trying to get out of Tampa. I won't say he was trying to get out of Tampa, but he was feeling like they could have had a better opportunity. I mean, Sean Payton is a really good coach. I mean, you have opportunity to go to a legendary coach and coach, you know, play alongside him. Why not? TJ, we would love for you to continue the podcast, but maybe you should get some rest. Like we say, rest and family first. Yeah, we about to cut the podcast short here tonight, folks. Yeah, I appreciate that. You know, we're gonna cut it short. I'm gonna read a few more, and then we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Rest in peace, Vince Scully. Yeah, rest in peace to the legend Vince Scully. So Ruiz and Troutman came in basically virtually for the most part a full off season. What you think? Troutman is on air basically. Everything I'm hearing is these two dudes stepping up. It was like I want to say they was talking to Kevontae Street, you know, the defensive tackle that the Saints got from the 49ers. And he was talking about how Cesar Ruiz, you know what I'm saying, is like one of the best, you know what I'm saying? Like he, you know, and making him give him his best. and then like the reporters, it was funny when he said that because everybody was like got to kind of pause, and then somebody was like, can you elaborate on that? It was like, like out of all the offensive linemen, talking about Cesar Ruiz, and then like another person came up there, and another person on defensive line, and they was raving about Cesar Ruiz. But it was just funny because people were like, man, you giving Caesar some props? But from everything I hear he's looking good, and so is Adam Troutman. So I don't know, maybe the light has finally come on for these guys. We'll see. We'll see. Only time will tell. What are your thoughts on Marquez Callaway? I believe he gets too much late. I like Callaway. I think he had his rightful spot around a third or fourth wide receiver on the team. Everything I'm hearing that he's not really having a really good camp. A little bit average, you know what I'm saying? And even what I heard is Traquan Smith is having a better camp than him. But the one thing that he has is the luxury that he has is the fact that he's young. The Saints can still like keep him around, and they can get production from him for cheap. Hooded Jube live now. You'll be sure to stop by. I'm there too. Yeah, okay. That's from Jerry, man. Y'all make sure that y'all stop by Hoodie Jude. Their backs were perfectly horizontal. Let's see. And you can't tell it pass or run. Drew threw the ball with less than 2 seconds, and he was aligning consistently where you couldn't guess run or pass. Yeah, man. Drew Brees was definitely an asset to have, and I think he made the offensive line better than what they actually were. That's just my opinion. Well, I mean, if you look at it, it's basically a fact. I keep seeing Adebo ball it out in training camp. Defense looking solid. Excited for the Who Dat Nation this year. Yeah, me too. I said, TJ, I'm not saying we would have won all 5 games, but CD was out each of those losses during that losing streak last year. Yeah, I mean, look, dude is important. I think that you should pay the guy. I don't see a reason why you wouldn't pay the guy. To be honest with you, I don't understand why you wouldn't want to pay him. But I mean, the guy's trying to take light. He's been taking it light at practice because he wants another contract, and that's well within his rights. Like, y'all want all this good production out the dude, pay him. So I don't have a problem with that, and I don't think any Saints fan need to be mad at him. Because sometimes, like, when a guy ain't on the field, we start questioning the dude hard and all that kind of stuff. I ain't questioning nothing. I ain't questioning nothing about him. Like, that's a smart decision. You go out there and get hurt, then teams use that against you when it comes to a contract. Traquan been balling. I feel like only Saints fans know how good he really is. I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far, but it's good to see that he's actually playing better. I mean, I'll play better too if I was on my way out. Do you think that getting kicked out of practice today will be a wake-up call for Penning as it pertains to him learning how to harness the aggression to help us win? No, I do not. I don't think that anything is going to change in Trevor Penning at all. I don't feel like anything needs to change in Trevor Penning at all. Do I think that, maybe they need to talk to him and help him understand, okay, man, these are your teammates, and you know what I'm saying? Like, we respect the aggression, but, tone it down a little bit, but don't lose sight of who you are. Yeah, I feel like that conversation is going to be had. But as far as like him, like walking out there just, completely different from what we seen the last couple of practices, no, I don't. Pray for the health, the successful season for Jameis and the Saints. Appreciate that, Derek, man. Shouts out to Derek Augustine, man. Out there in Hollywood doing this thing. Y'all catch my boy out there. Y'all catch him on All American. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of y'all watch that show. I mean, it's a really popular show. I mean, he's played Muhammad Ali in The Godfather of Harlem. I want to say, I could be wrong, Derek, but I think you played DJ Yeller in the Michelle documentary. I mean, he got a good little catalog, and If you played the NBA 2K series, I want to say 19 or 20. Could have been 21, but if you like go to the my story mode, the mannerisms and all that kind of stuff of the creative character that you create, that's actually Derek as well, man. So the dude been doing some amazing things, man. I'm telling y'all, it's only a matter of time. It's a matter of time for my boy to be on the Oscar stage doing this. I feel like slapping somebody today. Slapping somebody today. I feel like slapping somebody today. Nah, man, but shouts out to Derek, man. He's doing some real big things. That's my guy right there, man. He says, I did. And we start season 5 of All American next week. Bigger role this year. Hey, man, you was doing your thing, man. Hey, hey, look, I don't want to be a little spoiler. Hey, but when homegirl wrote you the letter, and my boy just ripped that thing up, threw it in the trash. I was like, oh, that boy cool. My boy cool on it. Yeah, man. But y'all check out season 5, man. All American. Man, that's a great show right there, man. I'll catch you on the CW. That whole All American series is great, man. All American Homecoming, as well as All American, man. So, hey, he's doing real big things, man. So, shouts out to him. Let's see. Keen Arthur says, TJ, people are creatures of habit, comfortability, and familiarity. They cling to things, people, and situations that are similar, even against logic and their better judgment. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a very, very good point. Says, I agree with that, TJ. I don't want him out there being a politician, shaking hands and kissing babies. Just don't want his aggressive to stifle the offense with penalties. I don't think that's going to happen, man. I mean, the dude did play on a college level. I mean, you didn't really hear about him being penalized constantly over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? So I think that he can harness it, man. I don't have a problem with that, right? The Saints knew what they were getting when they signed the dude. So, TJ, don't get too upset when FAMU upset Jackson State at the Orange Blossom Classic this year. Jerry, first off, that ain't happening. That's not going to happen. And number 2, make sure that when that does not happen, you come back and say, TJ, you're right. I could be wrong, but I don't think that Jackson State gonna lose a football game this season. TJ already read that. Jared laughing, Jamaica laughing. Says Honey Badger is back, family. Let's go, baby. Super Bowl, baby. Who that family? Who that baby? Reginald, yeah, get excited about that. I don't blame you, man. What's your take on Paulson Adebo pass interference? I think once the reps get out there, they will call in more against him, even though he is having a great camp. Well, look, that's what it's there for, right? So if he goes out there and, they start throwing flags, then he kind of understand the technique that he needs to approach the game. So, yeah, I mean, I think that is necessary, but I don't think that is going to affect the way that he plays. And I don't think that is any indication of, like what he's doing right now, he won't be able to do on Sundays. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. They need to tell Penny to chill on his teammates. It's like beating up your family. Man, these guys fight like that, man. We heard about Michael Thomas and see the dudes fighting in practice. Man, we heard about guys fighting. I mean, it just happens, man. All that testosterone, all that aggression. I mean, guys are trying to win matchups. I mean, it happens, right? You want to be the best. You trying to go out there and prove that you're the best. It happens. Penning is a beast. I don't agree with him being kicked out of practice. Keep that man in practice. Well, I think they have to do that to prove a point. TJ, I heard a lot of it was cooking in the one-on-ones today. Well, that's good. That's good. He got a couple down the field catches, and he's getting better. He's getting better, and it's good. It's good to see. Do you think CJ Gardner-Johnson energy is too over the top for the Saints culture? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, man. This dude probably one of the fan favorites of the New Orleans Saints. This dude, everybody likes CJ Gardner-Johnson. They like his attitude, and everything about him embodies what the city of New Orleans is all about. I mean, his aggression. his spirit, his passion for the game, like everything about that dude, like embodies what New Orleans is all about. Hey TJ, how long do you think Smoke Monday will be out? You think he'll be back for the regular season? Probably not. His injury is pretty significant, and he gonna be missing some time with that. And I feel bad for the brother. It might even cost him actually a spot on the team, to be honest with you. When you have all that depth and guys are going to make that team. So it's going to be one of those unfortunate things. So it's kind of like my guy, man. Shouts out to my guy, Keith Washington, who I feel like needs to get another chance in the NFL. And anybody from the NFL just so happen to be watching this, man, y'all need to call my boy Keith Washington up. He played for the New Orleans Breakers in the USFL. Was having a really good camp last year. He ended up hurting his knee, and because of that, he ended up getting cut by the Saints. But I think it's going to be one of those situations. I love what I'm hearing and seeing from Trevor Penning. I want that type of dog going to battle for real. I'm a humble Saints fan and all, but do y'all realize how loaded this team really is this year? Sheesh. Also, welcome back to my fellow Purple Knight brother, the Honey Badger. Yeah, I mean, look, I understand people's enthusiasm, people's passion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, but I need to see this thing. I need to see this thing in action, right? I mean, if I'm playing Madden, I'm simulating the season. I'm happy, okay? Because I know more than likely I'm gonna be deep in the playoffs. I'll make it to the Super Bowl. But this isn't Madden. This is real life. So we got to be able to translate what this team actually is onto the field and generate some wins. If you're not doing that, then you just got a team full of you just got a team full of well-known individuals. I remember you talking about the other day about Jeff Duncan and the respect you had about his craft, even though he was called out by Michael Thomas. Funny how he was the first tweet. Tyrann Mathieu was back. Yeah, you said respect you had about his craft. Yeah, look, man. I'm not gonna sit up here and judge and talk about a guy I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know him. Like people are like, man, I hate this dude. I hate it. Like, how can you hate somebody you don't even really know? I don't really know the dude like that. Like I know he's been covering this team for a long time. And yes, he did get called out by Michael Thomas. Did I think it was funny? Yes. You know what I'm saying? I really did. Because I feel like Michael Thomas was holding that in for a long time. And I know it had a lot to do with some of the stories that where Jeff Duncan put out about him, of course. But I'm not going to sit up here and talk about, man, I don't like Jeff Duncan. And he never did nothing to me. I don't know the dude like that. But at the end of the day, yes, he was the first person to say that he was back. And I'm pretty sure I know who told him that. I'm pretty sure I know. I guarantee I know. I'm pretty sure I know who told him that. Penny giving me Kyle Turley helmet tossing vibes. Anybody from NOLA knows that we've always been counted out and underestimated, but we're dogs and don't mind proving people wrong. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, that's the whole persona of the New Orleans Saints. They say would say the weakest position on the team is linebacker, and still not saying that much. Wasn't that the same issue with the 2009 team? It was okay with Shanley, Fajita, and Velma. Well, I mean, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. To have those, those guys. So, I mean, I think they were pretty good. I mean, all those guys are pretty much Saints legends. So I mean, they wasn't like wasn't no Lawrence Taylor, no, what I'm saying, nothing like that, but they got the job done. Do you think Alvin Kamara may have ruined his career with these charges that are pending? No, I do not. And the further further back we get from this, and the more they keep on pushing back this, the more I feel like people are just gonna tend to forget about it. And I'm pretty sure they probably gonna pay the dude some money, and it's probably just gonna make it go away. That's the way I feel about it. Penny could be the second dawning of Kyle Turley. Could be. Spam in the chat. Yeah, we already deleted that. Do you see Chris Olave similar to Deshaun Jackson? No, I do not. He's better than Deshaun Jackson to me. He has a better skill set than Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson, I will give him all the respect in the world. One of the greatest deep threats in NFL history. Like when you talk about guys that can just get deep and take the top off the defense, I mean, he is the GOAT. He one of them at least. But Deshaun Jackson to me wasn't really like one of those guys that I could just see like, just take over a game, you know what I'm saying? Because his wide receiver ability, route running skills. I mean, you don't really think about that type of stuff. For me, I just think that Olave, him taking the top off the defense is just one of the things that he can do. But if you needed him to do like short intermediate things or, 10-yard out routes, and he can do all that stuff, man. So to me, I think that he has a better skill set. And then we're going to finish with Brandon. Says, I don't see why some people are down on the Saints because of Jameis. That's how come people are still high on the 49ers when they're starting an inexperienced quarterback. Well, that's because they don't know anything about this inexperienced quarterback. And, we all know that people love those new shiny things, right, that you don't know that much about. So they can go ahead and try to gas them up and all that kind of stuff, or gas him up to a point where if he starts to fall, they can write about his failures. I mean, it's just kind of what the media does. Well, some media outlets, not all of them. But I want to say thank you all for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. I really do appreciate it. And once again, I apologize that I wasn't as energetic as I normally am. I appreciate everybody, for the shout outs and stuff like that. Yes, those that just tuned in, I tested positive for COVID-19. My family, my wife, my son also have this. So we're a house full of sick people right now. But thank y'all so much for your well wishes. And, I'm going to try to do shows constantly based on, the way that I feel. I apologize if I end up not doing a show on a particular day. But thank you all so much. I really do appreciate you all for being here. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com, search The State of the Saints Podcast, facebook.com, search The State of the Saints Podcast, and also previous episodes available on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Anchor FM. And be sure to check out my new column that I wrote for the Who Dat Dish on whodatdish.com about Paulson Adebo. Let me know what you all think about that. Make sure that you share it with your friends as well. Till next time, all I got to say is, who dat?